while I was being beaten. It's not something bad. And you told me to go to the police.
נכון.
Okay. I
יכול
went to...
להיות, אני לא זוכרת.
Okay,
יכול
so I'm
להיות.
just, for the record, to go to the police. And hence, because of that, they
מה
have...
עשית?
I went to the police. They have a complaint for battering. Okay, I had injuries. You told me you're not, at the time you said a social worker doesn't deal with violence in the family, and I have to go to the police. Since then, I made complaints for every time they have attacked me, and they also opened them a criminal file. And as I know, or as I read in the law, I mean, I'm a legislated in taxation in Israel and in finance. I'm not a lawyer for family matters. I'm not a lawyer, rather than a tax advisor and an
יש לך
accountant.
תלונה במשטרה?
There are about
יש לך
20...
את המסמכים?
I have to also go to them. I turn to what is known as the Pratlitud to ask for the funds because they didn't give me a code, and but
אז אני אגיד לך, יש מרכז למניעת אלימות שאפשר לקבל שם טיפול, אבל צריך כמה דברים. קודם כל צריך להביא הערכה פסיכיאטרית, והערכה מפסיכיאטר על המצב הנפשי, כדי לראות שאת יכולה לקבל טיפול ייעודי לאלימות, ולהביא בעצם את התלונה במשטרה.
Okay, and regarding, because they said that I need a social worker that will see that they come over, okay, because they all the time they run away when the police came.
אין דבר כזה, עובדת סוציאלית לא באה לבדוק. בית משפט צריך למנות. אם יש הליך בבית משפט, אז בית משפט צריך למנות עובד סוציאלי שיעשה את הבדיקות. זה לא...
But that's what they did. That's what they did.
איפה יש לך...
Okay, so I'll go to them. I'll go to...
יש לך פרוטוקול של בית משפט?
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't. They said, but they said they will pass it over. I don't know why they're not doing it.
לא, אף אחד, אנחנו לא קיבלנו שום פרוטוקול. אם יש לך פרוטוקול של בית משפט שממנה עובדת סוציאלית, שמבקש מינוי של עובדת סוציאלית, תעבירי לנו.
Okay, thanks a lot, Adi. Have a nice day. But I don't know, it's 3 months since I started getting in touch. So it's not really, it's a life-threatening situation. Anyway, thanks a lot. They will be in touch.
במצבים מסכני חיים זה המשטרה. המשטרה היא, ברגע שמישהו פוגע בך פיזית, אז את אוטומטית צריכה להתקשר למשטרה, לא לעובד סוציאלי. עובד סוציאלי יבוא, הוא לא יכול להגן עלייך. תפקיד המשטרה להגן עלייך.
Yeah, but they all the time run away when, so I thought I can get, a social worker at home. Because at the time when, I had a social worker, now she's working in Amitim. And the fact that I had a social worker, they didn't want to, they were well behaved. It was like a protection because the government knew, and the beating stopped and all that. Okay.
בסדר?
Okay, thanks a
אם את
lot.
רוצה טיפול במרכז למניעת אלימות, צריך להביא הערכה פסיכיאטרית.
And where is that, by the way?
מה?
Where is the center for dealing with that?
בנתניה.
Yeah, but I'll tell you the thing, because a lot of times there's a problem, because a lot of times they want to put you on pills, and I don't believe. I have my first degree in psychology in honors, and I know the system where they have a lot of psychiatrists that want just to make a living, so they sell you pills, and they to everyone. Also, kids that say they have ADHD. There's no reason why 25% of the population.
אי אפשר לתת לבן אדם טיפול רגשי או טיפול סביב אלימות אם הוא לא מאוזן מבחינה נפשית.
Yeah, but okay, listen. The thing is, no. I'll tell you the law. Adi, because someone told you the law not in the correct way. the way that you get a treatment, or the way the law says that a person is, if the person is violent to himself or to others, that is the only reason you can enforce on a person drugs. You cannot.
אבל אני ניסיתי לכפות עלייך תרופות?
But that's what I'm saying. If you put me with a psychiatrist, the
אני
psychiatrist
לא
will.
אמרתי, אני אמרתי
I,
שאם את רוצה לקבל
yeah,
טיפול
but
במרכז למניעת אלימות,
does it make
צריך
sense?
להביא הערכה פסיכיאטרית של מצבך הנפשי.
Yeah,
זה מה
okay, but
שאמרתי.
does it make sense to you that a person, I mean, Hannibal Lecter or people that kill, they should have, a death, something that might cause them 30% death, not the person who is beaten, And a lot of these psychiatrists don't understand that they want to make a living, and they see someone that is a beaten woman, because but pills do not cure violence of someone else, do they? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You understand? He also
זה הנהלים. אף אחד לא אמר שזה פותר אלימות. הנהלים הם כדי לקבל טיפול, צריך להבין האם מצבך הנפשי, מצבו הנפשי של בן אדם שרוצה לקבל טיפול, מאפשר קבלת הטיפול. זה העניין, אף אחד לא אמר שאין אלימות, אף אחד לא אמר שאין
all I'm saying, and also but again, the state controller or auditor in his reports, he also wrote it. He wrote that there's a problem because if someone wants a social worker, these psychiatrists come in and they say people need to get their drugs, and the auditor, the מבקר מדינה, he said that this is not right. I mean, people who are not supposed to be drugged are going to a person that just want to sell them a pharmaceutical and go to abroad on the pharmaceutical. It's no connection. I mean, it's just, anyway, I'll speak to legal aid. Have a nice day, Adi. Hey, another question I have. No, I have another question because the thing is that they haven't. I have okay. It's not only the house, okay? They stole from my mother, and also they're not passing. They declare to the court that they will give me my share of my money, and they're not. They're not passing my share of my money. So the initial lawyer, the first lawyer, said, "Don't leave the house." Don't leave the house because they're not giving you the biggest money was in the banks. The houses they're not, and they took over another real estate which they're not giving me the key. So okay, the thing is, I need the bills from the municipality. I need the bills to pay the bills, and they're not giving them to me. They took, over my mom's bank account and they registered the bills at their place. I want to pay the bills, okay? I want to pay the bills. How can I get...
אני לא יודעת לתת לך עצות משפטיות. זה עניינים שצריך...
Yeah, but as a social worker, if I want to go to and get the bills and pay the bills, they tell me I need to do a transfer over. But my mom built that place because my brother broke into my house in Tel Aviv, and she gave me a shelter under her house. Okay, I'm living there for about 20 years. I mean,
No.
I want to pay the bills of the municipality, Arnona. They're not giving them to me.
אז פנית למחלקת ארנונה פה?
Yeah, and they said I have to
ומה
show.
הם אמרו?
They said I have to show a transfer of a payment, and I was paying for a year and a half now. I was paying the bills, but suddenly, they blocked me. What should I do?
אני לא יודעת להגיד לך, זה עניינים שצריך לדון עליהם בבית משפט. אני באמת לא רוצה לתת לך עצות משפטיות שאני לא מבינה בהם.
Okay, so maybe I'll go to the municipality and
כן?
okay. The municipality. What's the address of the municipality? What's the address of the municipality?
זה בבניין של המועצה האזורית ברופין.
The school? The school? Ah, okay.
ליד מול הבית ספר.
Okay,
כן,
thanks a
מול
lot.
הבית ספר.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice
טוב.
day.
ביי ביי ביי.